Welcome back to the Al Maraik Stadium in Durman, where Chad have it all to do still. They need to score at least 3 times to either force extra time or qualify for the second round in African qualifying for the 2022 World Cup. It's 0-0 in the second leg. Sudan leading by 3-1 on aggregate. The hat-trick hero from the first leg, Ramadan Agab, to get things underway here for the second half. And away we go. Just the one change at half time. Looks as though Bakit Jibreen has come on for Chad. Nearly has. You can see him there, number 20 in midfield. And it is Azrak Yassin Mahamat who has had to go off, which is a really big blow. He's been one of their best players over both the 2 games. And he's had to go off. He did pick up an injury on the stroke of half-time, and that appears to have ended his participation in this tie. Here is Jibreen. His first touch of the ball is to pick out Otto Jimbai. He goes for the second one as well. Beaten to it by Ahmad Adam. And Matwange can't keep the ball in play. It's a big blow that for Chad, losing Azrak Mahamat. Very experienced player, played for Espanyol in La Liga briefly. Now currently playing for Blue Boys Moulambach in Luxembourg. Instead it's Jibreen who's on. Seems to have taken up a position on the right-hand side. Long ball forward by Ali Abdallah is comfortably intercepted. Ahmad Adam slides the ball into the feet of Agab, who did well originally and just couldn't get his feet sorted out. Jibreen's ball is pulled and out for a throw. Adam. It's a nice throw in as well towards Hamid. Positive start to the second half by Sudan. Ahmed Hamid. Now Ahmad Adam. Can he cross? It's not a bad cross considering the state of the pitch down in that corner. Headed clear though by Abaya. Well, this is blatant time wasting. Ahmad Adam finally gets the ball. And then takes it from the wrong place. Throw into Chad. Held forward by Matwange. Nicely done by Marius to get away from his marker. Good strength, and he wins a corner. Maybe only a throw. Bounced off the corner flag. Took the corner flag out. Oh, it's well read at the back there by Abdallah. Hamid. Adam takes the risks. And now is Undonane. Into the feet of Otto Jimbai. Now Bangosum. He's got a big job on his hands now, Bangosum, without his midfield partner Azrak. Otto Jimbai looks for Matwange, who gets there eventually. Now he can cross. It wasn't a bad ball in either. And in the end, the header from Jibreen failed to find a teammate. Just to remind you where we stand, the winner of this tie goes through to the first group stage of African qualifying for the Qatar 2022 World Cup. And at the moment, Sudan are in total control. They're 3-1 up on aggregate. And Chad have only 40 minutes remaining to try and find 3 away goals. Foul here was given against Marius for perhaps a slight nudge there on Boya. And well, the time wasting started to creep in around the 25-minute mark, and we're going to see more of it. Unsurprising really in this position. Just got to control the game, Sudan. Don't do anything silly and they'll be into that group stage. Ranked 129 in the world, they'll be hoping to cause a couple of shocks if they do get through. They've done it before. They reached the 2012 African Cup of Nations quarter-final with Sudan, and oh, they've won a free kick here. Some adventure shown, and it results in a yellow card for Indonane, the Ningan Indonane. He was a substitute in the first half in just the 21st minute, replacing the man who took his spot in the starting lineup, Bedum Monde. Now we're going to have another break in play. Looks as though it was Mohamed El Rashid who went down injured there under the tackle by Ndonane. It was a late one from the left back, and it is indeed El Rashid who's hobbled his way towards the touchline. Just 22 years old, but a powerful figure in this Sudan midfield, El Rashid. And they've taken it quickly. That was nicely done. El Tahir tries to cross. Oh, just too much on it in the end. Good thinking, though, by El Tahir, making the run from right back from the free kick. Trying to pick out Agab at the back post. Thumped forward by Matwange and straight out of play. Well, it looks as though it's going to be the end of the road for Emmanuel Tregoa's men. A short road too. First round, just 2 matches and you're out. It does seem harsh. They've shown plenty of promise over these 2 games, Chad. Some dreadful mistakes in the first leg cost them, and now they're just struggling to make anything happen here. Adam takes the throw to El Sikal, the captain. El Rashid put under pressure but does well. Now, this is where it can be dangerous to play the ball around. Near that halfway line, the pitch really is at its worst, but they've set Mozamil free here, and it's cut away well. He seems pleased with himself for his defending there. Colin Zambassa, but not happy with his teammates. It was a good cutback as well, and yes, he did well there, Ambassa. There's a throw-in to El Rashid. He gives it back to El Tahir for the cross, and goalkeeper Adouassou is able to gather with relative comfort. Invites Matwange to get forward. He cuts inside. This is a tactic they've used a lot. Matwange lofting the ball over the top. That's a much better ball than all of the ones he produced in the first half. And now here's a chance for a shot. And that's the first attempt on target of the game for Chad. Easy enough for Ali Abdullah to grab, but that was much better by Matwange, who was really good in the first leg and struggled with his final ball tonight. He played a good pass there. That's clearly a foul by Romeo Otojimbai. Bit more afters here. It's not the first time this has happened, but Garisic is trying to tell his men, tighten things up, don't leave those gaps in behind. But they're too busy having some handbags with Ninga and Nduaso. Otto Jimbai is there as well. Oh, it's 2 players down now. No idea how that happened. And for the upteenth time in the game, on come the physios. Well, the longer it goes on without Chad getting a goal, you feel the more frustrated they're going to get, and we're going to see more tackles like that. There's a few players walking a tightrope now. Marius has already been booked, the striker, after an altercation with Sudan keeper Ali Abdallah. They're not too bothered though. The more time out of the game, the better. As far as they're concerned, their team are cruising through. Now what does the referee do here? He's got to get control somehow. Undonani, who hit the deck. It wasn't his foul though, I don't think. If it was, he could be in trouble. Seems as though the referee just wants a word with the 2 captains here to try and encourage them to calm things down. Oh, it's a yellow card. Something must have happened off the ball there for there to be a yellow card. I think it was given to
recently in the free software series.
Skipper. Excellent header by Abaya. Really rose well there. Oh, that was risky by Mbangosum. Gets away with it. Oh, but Abaya gets away with that too. Good pressure by El Sigal. Otto Jimbai does well. Now, can Chad get the ball out wide? They can't. They had a man over there. Bangosu turning away from El Rashid. That pass will surely go out. It does. And El Tahir does well just to waste a bit more time by kicking the ball into the stand. Pass will surely go out. It does. And El Tahir. Oh, and that's a Brucey bonus. 2 balls on the pitch. Well, this game really is petering out. Chad need to find something from somewhere, but Sudan have done excellently so far in the second half. 2 balls on the pitch. And there's El Sigal again, stepping in well. Setting Hamid away. Well, he's beaten 2 men. Can he get a shot away? This game really is petering out. Chad need to find something from somewhere. But Sudan, Jibreen, I think, was the man who made the excellently so far in the second half. And there's El Sigal again, stepping in well. To build anything now. Setting maybe Hamid away. He's beaten 2 men. Can he get a shot away? He's crowded out in the end. He has 1 left due to the injuries, though. Jibreen, I think, was the man who made the block. And his key midfielder, Azra, straight out of play. Chad just struggling to build anything now. Todd Jimbai. Maybe it'll be time for changes soon from Tregoa. He only has 1 left due to the injuries, though. Suffered by Monde. Jibreen making the run. And his key midfielder, Azra, no. Jibreen, in the end, he does win the ball. Good loses out. And that's a really nice pass too. Here's Ninga. Ninga trying to make room for a shot, I think. And that was the wrong option. Jibril making the run. Nduassel might get there again. No. In the end, he does win the ball.
Bouncing around all over the place.
That's a really nice pass too. Here's Ninga. His way through. This is better from Chad. Ninga what they need to make room for a shot, I think, with their football. Was the wrong frustrated. Here's Ninga. And he gets frustrated and makes a foul. That was a bouncing around all over the place. Ninga trying to barge his way through. Good defending. This is better from Chad. This is what they need to do. They need to keep the pressure on with their football, not get frustrated. Here's Ninga. Spotted the danger early. Makes a foul. That was inevitable, really. Good defending. It's been a really good disciplined by Abdallah performance from Sudan at the start of the second half. Spotted the danger early. For the first time, actually, in the tie, Chad have really offered absolutely nothing going forward. It's been a really good disciplined performance from Sudan at the start of this second half. For the first time, actually, in the tie, Chad have really offered absolutely nothing going forward. Agab's ball cut out. Took a bit of a risk there, but did it well. Finding his goalkeeper, Abdallah. Ball cut out. Now El Rashid waits for support. And Adam took a bit of a risk there, but did it well. So sufficiently there. Finding his goalkeeper, though, Abdallah. Defender this time, Abdelatif Saeed Aboya. Waits for support. Reads the situation and comes across. Adam. And wins a throw-in. His job so sufficiently there, which takes yet once again time out of the game. Defender this time, rather weary looking Ahmad Adam comes over to take it. Reads the situation and comes across and wins a throw-in. Humid here as well, which takes yet more time out of the game. That's why the Chad challenge is starting weary to run out. Ahmad Adam comes over to take it. Still 32 degrees. Humid here as well. Perhaps that's why the Chad challenge is starting to run out of puff. It's not easy to keep up the intensity they showed in the first half for 90 minutes. And even in the first half, they didn't create too many chances. The best falling to their captain, Nduassel, right at the start of the game from a corner, which he headed over, completely unmarked from just a few yards out. That really had to go in, you felt, even then, for them to have a chance of mounting a comeback here. Now here's Agab looking for his fourth goal of the game. It's a good strike as well. And thankfully for Chad, it was straight at goalkeeper Matia Adouassou, who still did well, just to cling on to it a second attempt. Good play by Ramadan Agab, latching onto the loose ball. And perhaps now with Chad having to take even more risks than before, Sudan can catch them on the break. Here's Jibril though. It's a high foot. No foul given. Less than half an hour remaining for Chad to keep their World Cup dream alive. Nduassel loses out. And there's a foul as well by Nduassel. That was uncalled for, really. Running back and clearly fouling Abdallah. You think a man of his experience would know better, the captain. 50 league games for Persib Bandung. And there's a ball forward towards Agab. Easy enough for Adouassou. Ndonane. That's quite a good pass, actually. If Ninga can keep it in, he can. And in the end, he runs out of space. It's a corner. Now, can Chad finally strike? Instill some nerves into that Sudan back line. Nduassel's in there, Marius is in there. Ambassa arrives up from centre half. It's going to be the half-time substitutes. Bakit Jibril to take. Swings it in right-footed. It's very deep. half-headed clear by Abdallah. Otto Jimbai keeps it going. Mbang Osum, oh, in the end, he's done well there to pick up Jibreen, and that's a good ball. Goalkeeper under pressure, claims it well. Excellent goalkeeping by Ali Abdallah. There's a nice ball in by Jibreen. He was looking for Marius. In the end, it was just too high, and Abdallah did well. Nice play by Agab. In the end, he has to settle for the throw-in. He was quick off his line, judged it well. Good goalkeeping by the 30-year-old Abdallah. Every set piece in Sudan's favour is precious. Time out of the game, helping them edge ever closer to the group stage. Adam gets it back. Oh, and there's a nice attempt at a Cruyff turn there by Ahmed Hamid. Didn't quite come off, and then there's a on Marius when he's defending his goal. That's good play though by Otto Jimbai, and once again Ali Abdallah plucks it out of thin air. Good play by Otto Jimbai. In the end, the cross was more of a scoop than a dangerous delivery, and the goalkeeper able to clutch it with both hands. The way Chad are so happy just to run the clock down, take the sting out of the game, does suggest that maybe Chad, if they scored, could put them under pressure, but at the moment Sudan coping with everything the visitors have to throw at them with relative comfort. El Sighai. And Agab does well. It's a really nice turn by Agab. He's been so impressive. Adam. El Sighai has men over, finds one of them in the shape of El Rashid, goes for goal, is deflected and cleared by Matwange. Now the counter might be on here. Good defending, well read by Amir Kamal. Now time for another sub. Looks as though it's Azam Adil coming on here for Mohamed El Rashid, who's been very solid over the two legs and has played his part in seemingly taking Sudan into the first group stage of qualifying. Generous applause for the 22-year-old. Free kick into Chad. Will they take it quickly like they have done before, or will Jibreen take the opportunity to cross it into the box? Played a couple of good balls in the last few minutes, Jibreen, the substitute. In it goes. It's very deep. And it's headed clear well by El Tahir. That's a foul, surely. No, not given. But it is one back, and Agab lets it go despite having no support. Oh, very nicely done. Calmness personified from Colin Zambassa. Up towards Unduassel, and the flag goes up. Not sure if it was for a foul or if it was for an offside. His boot was quite high. And El Rashid still struggling a little bit with the knock he took in the first half to his arm. Well won by by Ambassa. Headed on by Abdallah, and one nicely by Hamid. He's trying to pick out Agab, who did really well there to keep the ball in play. In the end, a free kick is given for his foul on Abaya. Once again, Chad just launching it forward. Nduassel unable to find a teammate. Ndonane, Ninga, Otojimbai loses the ball, and here's Hamid, just waits for Mozamil to come and join him, and that could be a penalty. It's surely a foul. Oh, and it hasn't been given. That really would have been tie over, and the referee says no, back on your feet. Danger is not over yet. Chad hanging on to their clean sheet. Let's have a look. Hand on the back surely of Mozamil. Perhaps the referee felt as though Mozamil slowed himself down deliberately, looking for the contact. Otojimbai. Mozamil thought he had a chance for a second there, but Mathieu Adouassou managed to close down the angles and hack the ball out for a throw-in. Logaricic is checking his watch. I think he should be feeling more comfortable than he looks. His team only have 19 minutes plus stoppage time to see out here, and effectively, well, still have a 2-goal advantage, but Chad need to score 3, so it's almost a 3-goal advantage. El Sikhail, oh, it's a nice little pass into Mozamil. His low cross is looking for Agab, and Ambassa just managed to get a toe in. Once again, Chad wastes possession. You can see the frustration on their coach Tregoa's face there. Hands on hips. Sudan, who are going to make their final change. Mahad God's the man to come on. Ooh, Agab just treading on Ambassa's foot, maybe ankle there, after he played the ball away. And it will be Yassir Mozamil who makes way, the man who just had that penalty appeal turned down. Plenty to celebrate for the home fans so far. They haven't seen a goal, but I don't think they were particularly bothered. As long as their team go through, that's all they care about. And it's definitely looking that way now. Chad running out of time, and running out of time quickly. Collins Ambassa still lying prone on the turf. Here is that change. Off comes Mozamil. Takes the acclaim of the crowd as he makes his way off to be replaced by Mahad Goss. And now Ahmad Adam's going to get a yellow card for time wasting. And you can see why the referee's taken that course of action. He has been time wasting for, well, a while. finally the throw-in is taken. Gotts gets his first touch. Adam, his pass is overhit. Ndonani. Oh, he plays a really good pass now to Unduassel. He had a man over and opted for the difficult pass. That was a poor decision by Ezekiel Unduassel. Man over to the left, Ninga. And he tries to slide in Marius. It's never the right option. Hamid. Goss brings it down really nicely. Very promising bit of play from Goss. Packed clear. El Sigal. El Tahir's cross. Oh, it's gone all the way through. And Goss, his first sight of goal. And he could have scored if a diving block. It's twice he's brought the ball down really nicely, and that's an excellent block by Ambassa. This isn't where Chad want to be, though. They're at the wrong end of the pitch as far as they're concerned. Oh, and it's being hacked up in the air. Ndonani at the front post, taking it away from his goalkeeper, who was waiting to take the ball into his gloves. Now, how long will Ahmad Adam take this time? He trots over rather than walking, already on a booking, of course. Loses out to Mbangosum. Jibril. Not many options ahead of him, has to go backwards. And Mbangosum loses the ball. Calmly done by Ahmad Adam. Okay, he's been time wasting a bit, but he's really put in a shift for his team. He's been excellent. A threat in the first leg and solid at the back throughout both games. Azam Adil just put his teammate El Tahir into a spot of bother there. Mbangosum is in space. If Otto Jimbai wants to play it to him, he does. Now, do they continue to build here, or do they go for the long pass? It is Matwange. Now he'll cross it, and to be fair to him, it looks as though the ball took a bobble off this treacherous pitch, and it flies behind for a goal kick. Jimbai almost lost the ball there. It's not the first time that's happened to him since he moved into midfield after the injury to Azrak. Flying tackle by Abdallah. He's had a good game though. Awagla Abdallah really has been a rock in front of that back four when he's needed to be. Ndonani goes himself. Oh, and he might have won a penalty. Oh, has the referee given a penalty or a free kick here? It's a penalty. It is. Really good burst from left back by Ninga Ndonani. Saw the gap and went for it. Look at this. Cuts inside and it's a diving tackle. It was a silly tackle too. And just like in the first leg, Chad have a late penalty. Maybe it's not all over yet. Hacked down in the end, really. You can see the expression on El Sigal's face, the captain. He's not impressed with his teammate's tackle there. Absolutely no need for that at all. Really poor tackle by Amir Kamal, who's had a good game otherwise. Just got caught out by the enterprising run of Ndonani. And now Unduassel. There's still 10 minutes left. He's up against Ali Abdallah. Can he give his side one last chance? Sudan are delaying him by encroaching into the area. The pressure is on Bunduatel here with the crowd chanting Ali Abdullah's name. Up steps the Persib Bandung striker. Oh, he's guided miles over the crossbar, and with that Chad's hopes of qualifying for the next round have gone. It's a dreadful penalty, but to be fair to him, look at the ground. It just explodes when he makes contact with the ball. And it flies a long way over the top of the crossbar. He did send the keeper the wrong way. Have a look at the penalty spot. Puff of dust, up goes the ball. And with the ball go Chad's chances. That was a golden opportunity, and he couldn't even force Ali Abdallah into a save. The way Sudan have played, you really felt that if that had gone in, they might have got nervous. Instead, it should continue to be a bit of a cruise for them, and now it's Chad showing some tension at the back. You can see by their expressions they know it's gone now. That was a lifeline, and they couldn't hold on to it. Hamid looking to put another dagger in the wound. That's not a foul. He's apoplectic, the referee hasn't given that, and he's lucky not to get booked for diving, you have to say. Good decision by the referee. Here comes Abdallah charging forward. That was probably handball against Ndonani, who did so well to win that penalty just moments ago. Well, he did dangle out a leg, to be fair, Matt Twange. It was the theatrical nature of the fall and the fact that I think the leg had been withdrawn by the time that he drew alongside the defender. That's why the referee didn't give it. Oh, he did stick his leg out, didn't he? He did. Difficult one for the referee. In the end, Ahmed Hamid probably made it easier for him to not give it than give it because of the way he went down. At the end of the day, it's all rather academic now. Sudan fans know their team are heading through, and they're celebrating accordingly. I'm not sure what's happened here. The linesman's come onto the pitch. Waiting for this free kick to be taken, but something has clearly gone on here. Look, Garisic isn't happy. The linesman's removing something from the field of play, and that really would be a shame if projectiles had been hurled at the official. Really would be no need either, with Sudan cruising through into the next round, and the officials not really having had much to do of note in this game, and anything they have done, they've done well. The linesman is back in position, and he's going to carry on. This is a chance to put some gloss on a fantastic scoreline for Sudan. El Tahir standing over it. It's a good 30 yards from goal, but it looks as though he fancies a crack. Into the wall. Goes for the rebound on his left foot. And an even more ambitious effort there from Abdallah. In the end, out it goes. Look, Garisic, animated as ever, desperately trying to urge his men back into their defensive shape. No need to worry now. This game is over. 5 minutes left. And finally, Chad make their final change. Off goes Marius, and on comes Karl Marx Barthelemy. He started the first game. He's on for the last 5 minutes of the second, with his team needing 3 goals to qualify. It's a thankless task, in all honesty, for the forward who also plays in Indonesia, like his captain. He plays for Semen Padang. 32 years old now, Barthelemy. Ndonane, who did so well to win that penalty in the 79th minute. A penalty which was squandered by Ezekiel Nduassel. The penalty spot just falling apart as he struck the ball, which sent it spiralling way over the top of the crossbar. And that penalty miss means that Sudan have plenty of time to celebrate as the clock runs down here. And they're moving on. Who knows who they could get in the draw? Could be Egypt, could be Senegal, could be Algeria. What an opportunity that would be for them. Just ask Chad, they beat Egypt at home in qualifying for 2018. What a day that was for them, even though they went out 4-1 on aggregate. These matches mean so much for these teams. And Chad have not been poor by any means, just haven't taken their chances and made costly errors in the first leg. All capped off by Nduassel's penalty miss here, having scored a penalty in the first game. Off goes Ramadan Agab, the hat-trick hero from N'Djamena. That will live long in the memory for all those Sudan fans. His first international hat-trick. He's been replaced by a defender, unsurprisingly, Samawala Magani. Eventually this free kick is taken and it's over the bar. Always over. Can't blame the Sudan players for going for the spectacular now though. It's going to be a great atmosphere in Omdurman tonight. Sudan have plenty to cheer. Bangosum beaten to it. Nduassel got back well. Barthelemy can only watch as Abdallah nonchalantly picks up the ball with one hand. El Tahir can't keep it in. Away comes Sudan on the counter. And it's a poor touch in the end, easily intercepted by Abaya. Otojimbai. Nicely done by Jibril. It's the feet of Barthelemy. Can Chad find a consolation goal? Ambitious back heel goes straight to Ndonane. Another one for Barthelemy to chase. He's had a go at 3 now without ever keeping possession. Thankless task for him. Nothing he can do about this. It's not his fault. It was the mistakes in the first leg that they're going to pay for here tonight, and Sudan might have more pain to inflict on them yet. There's 5 men flying forward here in search of a winning goal on the night. It's the substitute who can't quite bring it down. Good tackle in the end by Ambassa on the Mergani. Abdallah. Will the referee play injury time? We'll find out soon enough. El Sigail cut out by Matwange. Fair play to Chad for carrying on in such trying circumstances. They know now, well, they've known for the last 10 minutes at least, since their captain Nduassel blazed the penalty over, that they were never ever going to go through. Well, that really would have helped, wouldn't it, if they had scored. 7 minutes of injury time. Nicely done by Goss. Beats two men with his trickery. Adwasu gathers the ball and slices the kick straight into the air. Easy enough for Ahmad Adam to get a toe on. Okay, so Chad have 6 goals still to score. 6 minutes still to score 3 goals. And here's an opportunity. Oh, good defending in the end. Abdallah stepping in. Mergani and Kamal. Mopped up by Mbangasum. Doesn't stay in. Tomad Twange down the right hand side. Abdallah. The crowd were chanting his name as he awaited that penalty from Nduassel. Didn't even have to do anything in the end as it flew over his head and over the bar. Great feeds. Brilliant play. Here they come, looking for a 4th goal of a tie and a winning goal on the night, and down goes Otto Jimbai. This really, really difficult pitch getting the better of him. He's not the first one to go tumbling to the floor today. And Chad win a throw-in. No, given the other way. Sudan still happy to keep the ball in the corner. Nduassel, to his credit, coming all the way back from centre forward to defend for his team. And that was half clearance, half shot, I think, really. Best effort either way from Salah Adil. Would have been some goal if it gone in. Well won by Kamal. Likewise Mbangasum. Here is Mbangasum. Trying to loft it through for Ninga. Ali Abdallah dives to take it. Takes no chances. Pumped clear. Ambassa, who's had a really good 2 games actually. Ambassa at centre half for Chad. Finds Jibreen, whose long ball is straight to keeper. Abdallah again. Three minutes left. Sudan's fans celebrating their progress into the 2nd round and first group stage of African qualifying for the 2022 World Cup. There's a long way to go yet to Qatar, but this is a really good first step for them. Zdravko Logarusic's men have been solid in these 2 games. Difficult to break down. and they've taken their chances. Ramadan Agab's hat-trick in the first game, the difference. Ezekiel Nduassel, the Chad skipper, scoring a late penalty in that first leg and missing one with 10 minutes left here. Quite spectacularly as well. So it's going to be another 4 years for Chad before they can play in a World Cup qualifier. It does seem harsh, but it's just the reality of African qualifying. It's very competitive. It's not easy. And they found that out here today as they've tried to mount a comeback. And they have tried hard, to be fair to them, without ever really threatening pulling off something special. Sudan have been in control. Logarasic is ready to celebrate. And they have a free kick as well, right at the end of the game. Easing through at a counter. This is the loudest the crowd have been all night. You can really feel how much it means to them. The great thing about getting through the group stage means they'll have some big names potentially coming here to play. And there's a fan on the pitch. It's not over yet. And Chad still looking for a goal. Fair play to them as well. Last 30 seconds, can they bow out in style? No, they can't. Ali Abdallah clutches the cross. Amazing how the players just carried on as security guards chased that supporter across the other side of the pitch. Great composure. Here's El Sigal. He gives it away. There's still 5 seconds left here for Chad to find a consolation. Ninga tries to take matters into his own hands. The slow hand claps coming out now from the Sudan fans. They're ready. The 7 minutes of injury time have been played. Chad still happy just to keep possession. On we go. Calmly done by Ahmad Adam. That's not surprising anymore. Kamal is cut out. And still on we go. And there's the shot. It's a bobbler. And it's easily blocked. And there is the final whistle. Sudan go through to the first group stage of African qualifying for the 2022 World Cup. It's been a fantastic performance over the 2 legs, and after a goalless draw here tonight, it's finished on aggregate, Sudan 3, Chad 1.